Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake. This channel is called Jake of All Trades. Today I'm going over Nightwish's The Islander, and most of the requests, if not all of the requests, said that I should react to the live at Tampere version of that particular performance. But I did notice that there's a music video, and I did peek into who was actually there, who was part of the band at the time, and I guess please correct me if I'm wrong, but it said that Annette was the singer, and so this must have been before Floor joined the band, and it'd be really interesting to hear the differences or similarities between Annette and Floor. I haven't really checked out Annette's performances, at least during any of these reactions anyway, so I'm very curious to hear some of the differences. And though I'm a little bit unsure of like how much both Floor and Annette are going to be in this one, because one of the comments said that Marco is the lead singer for this one. So I guess it remains to be seen. I'm very curious, because most of the tracks I've checked out were very Floor dominant. Obviously, Marco's had some pretty prominent roles in each of the songs, but Floor has kind of been the front woman, and if Marco's kind of taken over the lead portion for this one, I'm very curious to see how they arrange that. So before we get into it, I am going to give a shout out to everyone who voted for this song. We have Chris O with 4 votes, Gabriel Bardats, Joe Benoit. Please forgive me if I messed up your last name. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. I want to say Benoit, but please correct me if I'm wrong. And then Marina A. And then one other side note is that I put this out in a poll asking whether or not I should do The Islander or Phantom of the Opera, because in terms of comment votes, they were tied. So I put it out to a poll, and 67% of you voted for The Islander, so that's what you're getting today. And if you guys want a particular song pushed up like to the top of the list as the next reaction, leave as many votes as you want, and the only stipulation is that they have to be in separate comments. So without any further ado, let's get into the music video. Okay, The Islander official video with Annette. Things that are happening with the I'm just trying to make sure that it didn't go on to the next thing. I would love to see that music video just turned into like some kind of feature-length film. I mean, the imagery and the lore just seems really fascinating, so that'd be really cool. All right, now on to the live version. Okay, Nightwish The Islander live at Tampere. Here we go.
A Norman by a seashore
center stage.
at the end of day. Gazes the
he's got the beast.
Sea wind in his face. Tempest tossed silent, seasons all the same. Anchorage and painted, and a ship without a name.
He sounds a little different live.
For the vanished one unheard, he lightens the beacon light at the end of the world, showing their way, lighting hope in their hearts. Once in their travels homeward from afar.
Getting into a little bit of that fry there.
Eli jos mä soitaisin kertosäkeen, niin te varmaan laulatte mukana. Laulatte? Okay, sit.
I do not know what he's saying there. Please fill me in the comments if you knew what he said.
Light at the end of the world, horizon crying, the tears he left behind long ago.
Sounded like he hit one of those bass strings as he's hitting the acoustic part of the guitar too.
The albatross is flying, making him daydream. Time before he became one of the worlds unseen. Princess in the tower, children in the fields. Life gave him it all, and now I know the universe. Now his love's a memory, ghost in the fog. Sits the sails
That's
from
such
last
an
and saying farewell
interesting
to the
tone.
world. Anchor to the water, I see it far below. Rustle in his feet and a smile beneath his brow. This is for long forgotten, light at the end of the world. Horizon crying, the tears he left behind long ago.
It's so pleasant to have like just this nice little performance. Oh, they say everything else stripped away, and then everyone comes in right at that exact moment. Of course.
So long ago. So long ago.
Nice swell. That bass is coming through real hard. Is he still? Someone else playing the bass?
This is for long forgotten, light at the end of the world. Horizon crying, the tears are left behind so long ago. Oh yeah.
What is that instrument? They were using like the bagpipes in the music video, or something like a bagpipe. Not so here. I like how Floor's putting in some more fills with this one. A little grit. Way to end that. It's a lot more of a climactic finish there. Oh, they just look like they're having a ball. Man, that was a really interesting contrast between the studio music video version and the live performance. Like, there's just so much to dissect there. I guess for starters, like at the beginning, with Marco having everything stripped away, like I thought that was going to be the whole live performance. For a second I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to check out the difference between like Annette and Floor, and so fortunately I did get that. But just having that everything stripped away was like really pleasant, because there's a lot that goes into the production for the show, and all the pyrotechnics and the lights and the sound design and coordination between everything. And just to have Marco in the middle of everyone, just him and his beast, is like such a cool change of pace and provides a really nice... I don't know the set list for the show or anything, and what came before it or what came after, but I'd imagine that it's probably a pretty nice breather in the middle of the show. I don't know, that was cool. And then kind of getting into the comparisons and contrast a bit. So there's a lot more percussion and some other instruments. I can't claim to know exactly what they are. I said bagpipes and some kind like the seemed like a kind of flute or something. Flutes are more this way. I don't know. Please, I'm not. I never took any kind of like band or orchestra in high school or college or anything, so I'm not overly educated on a lot of different instruments. Like I play guitar, I've played piano. You know, I know some other things like violin, and I'm pretty poorly educated. So go ahead and roast me if you want. But those. It was really cool to kind of hear those, and then along with his acoustic guitar, and then his tone was so different, because in a lot of the heavier tracks, he's got like this monstrous sort of voice that he's got about himself, and then this one it's a lot more. Oh gosh, I'm gonna sound like an absolute moron. And again, go ahead and roast me if you want. But like I got this impression of like a sailor, kind of singing like a something from the singing with the tone from the high seas sort of tone, or even like a little bit of like a bit of like an Irish or maybe even like a Scottish kind of vibe to it. Now I know they're from Finland, and I'm not super familiar with like folk Finnish music and classic Finnish music. So you guys might be like, what, Irish, Scottish, what? You're an idiot. I know I am an idiot, but I'm doing I'm experiencing this for the first time. So and as I get more into this, and as you guys comment more and help me understand this a lot better, I'm gonna hopefully grow out of this idiot American phase, hopefully someday. Anyway, so some of the other things too, I was kind of I was really looking forward to comparing and contrasting Annette's and Floor's performances, and it's kind of hard to like really compare their voices because Annette wasn't really on display very much. She more did, even in the studio version, she just kind of did harmonies almost exclusively. Whereas Floor actually kind of went a little bit more ad-lib and like would throw in her own like echoing melodies to whatever Marco was doing. Like he'd do something and then you'd have a call and response between them. Whereas Annette was just pretty much locked into what Marco was doing the whole time, just harmonizing. And it was a beautiful harmony. I really liked Annette's harmonies in the studio version of the song. But I also really liked Floor's like kind of call and response too. And she even got into a little bit of grit there as well, whereas Annette just seemed very clean the whole time. So interesting to kind of hear their different takes on the vocals for that song. So that was really cool. Overall, just a pleasant track, and I was really interested in the imagery and almost the lore that they were building in the music video. Like that looked like something that you could put into some kind of feature-length film, and it would just fit perfectly. Man, I just got like I almost think of like Final Fantasy in a way, with the imagery that they had, and but it would be really cool to see that in like kind of fleshed out a whole lot more, and then include this song in the film. That would be really cool. Wonder if they ever planned on doing that, or if there is something out there. If you guys are aware of, please let me know. But yeah. Thank you guys for suggesting this and pushing this one up. This was very pleasant and super unexpected, considering all the other stuff was like super heavy and gritty and dark, and this is just a lot more mellow, but it's still kind of a dark tone to it as well. So that's all I've got for this, at least from the top of my head anyway. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on all notifications so that you don't miss anything going forward. Fill me in on any of the things that I missed, any of the instruments that the instruments that I don't know the names of. Any history or context to the song would be much appreciated. And even some of the inspirations for like where some of the tones and themes of the song come from, that'd be great, because I can tell that they've got these different inspirations from like different kinds of folk music, and I'd like to know exactly where, because obviously I'm kind of taking shots in the dark with my Scottish, Irish, sailor, Finnish comments. I'm not sure, so it'd be great to get some more context on that. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you have any suggestions for other Nightwish songs you'd like to see me do, or any other band, leave it in the comments below, and I will give you a shout out when I do that video. And if you want one like pushed up to the top as the next reaction, like, feel free to vote for it multiple times and really kind of push on it, because that'll get it moved up. Also, if you have any suggestions for guitar covers or vocal covers you'd like to see me do, leave those in the comments as well, and I'll give you a shout out when I do the video. Thank you to BM for Life for supporting me on Patreon. I really appreciate it. But that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for bearing with me, and a lot of my ignorance. It means a lot to me that you guys actually put up with me. So that's it for today. God bless you, and rock on.